The Raven story comes from the oral traditions of the indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest, including the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian nations. Long ago, before the world appeared the way it does today, the earth lived in darkness. The sky held no sun. The moon did not shine. The stars had not yet taken their place in the night. People moved through the world in shadow, guided only by faint firelight and memory of the land. At that time, Raven was not black. Raven carried beautiful white feathers that reflected what little light existed. Raven was curious, intelligent, and always watching the world closely. Raven saw how difficult life was for the people living in darkness. They stumbled along the paths. They struggled to see the rivers and mountains. The world held beauty, though almost no one could see it. Raven heard a story that a powerful chief far away possessed something extraordinary. The chief kept the light of the world hidden inside several boxes. The sun, the moon, and the stars were all locked away and guarded carefully. Raven believed the light belonged to everyone, so Raven formed a plan. Raven transformed into a small speck of dust and drifted down through the air into the home of the chief. When the chief's daughter went to drink from a bowl of water, Raven slipped inside the water and was swallowed. In time, the daughter gave birth to a small child. That child was Raven in disguise. The chief loved the child deeply and allowed him to play freely in the house. One day the child began crying and pointing toward the boxes that held the light. The child cried and cried until the chief opened the first box. Inside were the stars. The child played with them and tossed them high into the sky, where they scattered and took their places across the night. Later the child cried again and pointed to the next box. The chief opened it. Inside was the moon. The child rolled it across the floor and then sent it rising into the sky, where it began to glow. Finally, the child cried for the largest box. Inside it was the sun, the greatest light of all. The chief hesitated, though his love for the child was strong. Eventually, he opened the box. The child immediately grabbed the sun and transformed back into Raven. Raven flew through the smoke hole in the roof, carrying the sun in his beak. As Raven flew across the sky, the brilliant light of the sun burned his white feathers. Smoke and heat darkened them until Raven turned black. Raven released the sun into the sky, where it has remained ever since, bringing light to the world. From that day forward, Raven's feathers stayed black as a reminder of the journey through fire and light. The people could see the mountains, the rivers, the forests, and the faces of one another. And Raven continued to fly across the sky, watching the world that had finally been illuminated. Stories like this endure because they reflect something timeless about the human journey. In the story, the light of the sun, moon, and stars already exists. Raven simply carries it into the sky so the world can finally see what was always there. The journey of self-leadership unfolds in much the same way. Each person carries within them clarity, strength, and direction. As awareness grows, that inner light begins to illuminate the path forward. For this reason, Raven became the guiding symbol of this work, a reminder that the light you seek already exists within you as you learn to develop your authority.